Hello there, Groove Nation. Thank you very much for being here. This is Groove LemonAid number 22. It's so good to be here, guys. Very, very nice that you came on here. I can see already a couple of you are asking questions, which I like. We are doing a Q&A, which means you're asking questions. I'm giving you the answers. As always, I'm putting up a banner over here, questions, and like you can ask your questions, just put them in the comments of the live stream, and please include a Q in front so that I can answer them for you. Make sure, please, guys, to put just a Q so I can see that the question is meant for me. Sometimes there are questions which are being answered from others as well, so I just want to know if the question is meant for me or for somebody else. That's what we are doing today. If you are joining in, please make sure you let me know if you can hear me, you can see me, if everything is good with the connection. I can see a little icon which says connection unstable. Not quite sure. I'm actually like connected with a cable, so I would appreciate in case you give me some feedback if the connection is good or not. I can see already a couple of users are here watching and asking questions already. Jay Delman is here, second lemon to arrive. There's a Facebook user here saying hello. I don't really know who you are, but in case this is you who wrote this, I would appreciate in case you head over to streamyard.com/Facebook, and you just need to click approve. This would allow me to see your profile image and your name so that I can answer your questions directed to you. So if you could do that, that would be great. There's supposed to be also a link somewhere in the description, above, below, left or right from this live stream. Depends how you're watching it. Sometimes people are watching it like this on a phone or a desktop, or sometimes like this and things like that. So anyway, there's a link with this, streamyard.com/Facebook. You click on it somewhere around the video, and then it will allow me to see who you are. There we go. So Marnine, hi from Florida, can hear and see you. Awesome. A little pixelated, no problem. That's good. If you can hear me, that's the most important. Amanda is here. Hey, great lemonade man. Thank you very much, Amanda. It's good to have you here. I saw your questions. We'll get those answered in a moment. Arvis here saying hello. Ryan, greetings. The connection is good. Awesome. Thank you very much, Ryan. Hello from Manila, Philippines. Awesome. Great. I have another Facebook user. Also, hello to you as well. If you could, I would appreciate if you click there is somewhere around the video a link which says streamyard.com/Facebook. It looks like this. If you actually go here, if you approve Facebook to give StreamYard access, then you will be showing up like Arv, like Ryan, like the other people I clicked on. Basically, your name and your profile image will show up. That's the only thing that it does. streamyard.com/Facebook. Awesome. Now that we have you guys watching here, I appreciate for your time being here. In case you do have any questions, feel free to just jump into the comment section of this live stream, and then we'll just ask your questions there. We are usually going in about like around 2 hours, so we have a 2-hour Q&A session most of the time, and today is going to be very, very similar as always. So I'm going to jump in, and I already opened up the post where I usually asked the questions before we start the live stream. So in case you put in your questions in here, we're going to get those answered. There is just actually 6 because I put in my comments. So let's just start answering those. I'll put my head on this side, and let's just get in and answer Scott's question. I'm having problems with blocks not showing up in mobile. I also did a speed audit and it showed a picture in mobile that I can't see. Help. Not quite sure what this issue is about, Scott. I would appreciate in case you could record a Loom video and send it to support, because this would need to be looked into. We do have settings which make things disappear on the canvas, but that is not supposed to disappear completely so that you cannot even see it in the builder or basically anywhere else. So this the way you do this and the way you can check if you did it correctly is, for example, I want this image to disappear on the devices. So I click on the image, on this pencil icon, and in the layout section, which is here in the sidebar, layout, you select the option which is called none. So if you select this, you'll see a little like crossed lines, red crossed lines on all the devices, and basically on some it will just be like this. Could be that this is what you're talking about, that they are just not visible anymore. Not quite sure, but on a mobile it's also disappearing. So in case you're doing a preview, the image will not be showing up because we hid it from the screens. So at this moment, this is still being worked on, because potentially it should hide only on that one device. We are doing a fix for that one, and it will be deployed very soon with this upcoming deployment of a bunch of updates and bug fixes to GroovePages, which is coming in a couple of days. So not sure if this is the issue that you are talking about, Scott. If this is the issue, then just try to find that element on one of the devices where you can see it in the builder, and go to layout and click block so that it shows up again, and then you can manage it. Otherwise, if this is not the issue, record a short loom.com video. Loom is just a Chrome extension which you can get for free, and you can record your screen. You can also record your camera in case you want. Just show us what the actual case is. I would appreciate that. Okay, Jeff is requesting, if possible, he and a lot of other users would love to hear about updates and estimated ETAs at the beginning of the Q&A. So we can maybe start with that. I just don't want to extend it, because sometimes I get into the talking about the updates and things like that, and it extends for long periods of time. So I will not do that all the time. In case there's a question where users want me to talk about it, I will gladly talk about it, but I don't want to like spend the Q&A time where it's meant for answering questions. I will not spend it by just mentioning the updates. So there are a couple of interesting things that are being worked on right now. The most interesting is and it's maybe already out. If it is, I'm going to have a look into it. In GrooveMember, we are adding custom domains, and we are adding responsiveness for the portals as well. Yeah, it's not published yet. There will be an option here where you go into GrooveMember memberships. There will be a setting option. So it will be settings, where it is, okay, your streaming quality is low. That's what I can see. Sorry guys for that one. Not sure what's the case. Let me see if there is something I can do about that. Anyway, you can probably hear me, but what I wanted to say is that I'll close Skype and everything else. That GrooveMember is getting a deployment for custom domains for portals for memberships, so that you can use both on your own domain. We're also adding in quite a few interesting changes and bug fixes as well. Let me just close some of this stuff that I don't use. Could be that it will be fixing it. If you could confirm, guys, now if it is better or not. If not, then I'm going to need to switch up something, and I will need to probably disappear for a second. Can you please confirm if it is better? Kazi and Arv mentioned that the streaming quality is low. If you can mention it, please, if it is better or not. Still blurry. Okay. Awesome. Give me just one moment. I'm going to come back in a jiffy. Let me see. Yeah, give me just one moment. I'll come back in a second, just so that I improve the streaming quality. Okay, give me a moment. I'll actually write it out so that people are not confused. This is normal with with live streaming. Once you start doing it, you'll see if there are issues happening, then it will be most probably when you're trying to live stream. Be right. Improve the stream quality. I'm just going to go to my router and just give it a slap so that it be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's still saying that the stream is unstable. We'll see if it gets better. I did some changes on my route. Yeah, here we go. It's fairly good, says now. Okay, should be better. Now the little icon is gone, so should be better. Good. So I was saying GrooveMember is getting some changes here in the, if you go to GrooveMember, memberships, action, and there will be an option that is called settings. You'll be able to choose your domain. Also in the upper right hand side hamburger menu, my account, domains, when you go and add a domain, we'll have another one, or actually two new ones, which will be memberships and portals. So you'll be able to set up your custom domains for your memberships and portals. We added, there we go, much better. Great. Awesome. We added on instructors options as well. So in case you have instructors from here, you can go and modify them. You can put in the names, the descriptions, instructor images, and things like that. So you can modify the instructors for your memberships. The way you did it earlier is when you went and created a new membership or edited a membership, it was in the wizard. Now it is also possible to add them externally. Pretty confident that this loading is because of the update. It's just going to happen now, or it is happening right at this moment. So anyway, that's for GrooveMember. In GroovePages, we are fixing a lot of bugs, and we are just testing out a couple of different things so that it doesn't break other things like it did in the past. So we are fixing quite a few things. We're going to also be revamping how the text editor works. So at this moment, whenever you press the enter button on your keyboard, it creates a new element. But if you actually delete this new element, it deletes the whole thing, because it just shows that there is a new box around it, but it's not an element. Is the same thing still, but it allows you to change it up a bit differently. So now we are going to be adding in 3 versions of this. So there'll be one version where you actually click the enter. It will just go below, and you can continue typing in the same element. It will be just like, for example, like here. So you type, it goes below, and then it and you can continue typing. The second version will be with Shift Enter. With Shift Enter, you can create you can separate out the text, and it creates like a bigger gap. So it's going to be another like section, like another paragraph, let's call it like that. It creates a break between the text. There will be Control Enter, which is what we have right now, where it creates a separate section, a separate element. It basically adds on a new text element with the same styling as your previous text. So you type, click enter, and it's going to just jump below. type, shift enter is going to go and create a gap so that you can start working on another paragraph. And then also type, click control and enter, then it's going to create another text element below, which you can style, which you can move up and down, which you can style differently. You can delete it separately, and that's coming. It's going to allow much easier modifications on the page and text editing, and it's just going to work like every other HTML text editor, with the actual addition of control enter, which creates something like what we have right now. Publishing a single page, after this deployment goes out, you'll be able to see over here where you have publish just this page. Normally when you are clicking the publish button, it publishes the whole thing, the whole site, and it takes a long time for the users that have long sites. And also you've probably seen, like, you're working on your site and you click the publish button and you come back and some other page that you didn't even touch changed for some reason. That's happening because we are like publishing out the live code onto the servers. There will be this publish this page only, or publish single page, which is going to make it much faster. So you only modified some little image, some little text on your page, you can just click publish just this page. So it's going to be much more fluent than anything else. We're working with the pop-ups. There were a couple of issues with the pop-ups, disappearing, not saving, and things like that. That's getting fixed, and mostly bug fixes. Nothing major that is going to be changing in here. Also, one of the things that we are adding back is cascading, like spacing options can be cascaded up. Basically, you can change the spacing on more devices at the same time. It's going to be a switch like this in GroovePages, so that you can turn on the cascading in case you want to move the spacing around on multiple devices. It's going to come on here. This is a temporary solution. This single screen override and the cascading is going to be removed until it's going to be here until we get onto more advanced settings where you don't actually need to manage all this. It just does it automatically. What else? There is quite a lot of things happening. GrooveKart got quite a few updates. I'm going to be doing a video on that one. One of the major ones that I like is we have a top header right now. So let me just show you loopslick.groovekart.com. For example, you have a web store on GrooveKart, and if you go to the subdomain that you set up, so in my case it's loopslick.groovekart.com, you can see that you have a top bar over here, and when you're scrolling up and down, you go back to admin dashboard, and you have the edit layout option, which allows you to click, and it's going to be dropping you back into the builder so that you can edit this page. Also, once you click on a product, for example, you can go and modify the product. So in case you want to work on the pricing, variants, things like that, you can change the product, or you can also go and change the layout of the page. In case you want to modify something on the product layout page, then you can go in there and change that one as well. So it's kind of interesting. I really love this functionality. I'm confident we'll have it in other apps as well, because it makes editing much just like very, very easy. So yeah, there's that. There's a lot of other changes, mostly bug fixes for GrooveKart as well. And one other thing I want to mention, we are still getting a little icon for it, but a lot of users will be happy with this one. We added on a payment method, which is in GrooveKart only, in GrooveKart, where you go into settings, payment gateways. Some of you may have seen this one already. We added on cash on deliver. So we have cash on delivery now. We are going to add a little icon. I didn't do an announcement yet on this one because the icon is missing. We already designed a nice little icon which we can use, but we have cash on delivery. So you basically turn it on, which will look like this. Let me just show you. So you click connect, and then it basically turns it on for the store, and it's going to allow customers to check out with the actual option to provide cash on delivery, so to pay in locally, or do some bank transfers or something like that. At this moment, you can modify the button which is showing up on the checkout page, and also the description, pay for your order later, in case you want to have it in a different language or something like that. This is what you can modify. So quite a few interesting changes that we are adding on. But at this moment, nothing major that I would be like stoked about. These are the changes that I'm very happy about, but mostly bug fixes were scheduled for this week. So yeah, that's about that. Next question is from Chase. Is there a way to hide the reviews date in GrooveKart, similar to how the new feature in GrooveBlog allows ability to turn off show dates on posts? That's a great question, Chase. I don't think there is, but I would highly suggest you to go to feedback.groovefunnels.com and ask it as a feature request in GrooveKart. So just type in here or see if it is what already requested, and then we can work on that for the future. At this moment, I don't think it is a huge deal, and not a lot of users would want it, but add it on the feedback portal and let's see how many people would like to have that. James is saying, I'm struggling with liking Groove too much. I keep getting sales notifications. Must be some kind of bug. It's not a bug, and this is what I said. If getting notifications about sales is a bug, then we must be doing something right. I know James has been doing very good. He has his own SEO focused business where he focuses on helping customers rank on search engines, and he is doing a great job with that. He has a YouTube channel and he's just cranking out videos, and he's doing quite well for himself. There's a question from Amanda. In GrooveBlog, we have the opportunity to add an OG URL and OG type. What are these and how do we use these, please? Okay, so OG is something that you've seen, but you may not have understood properly that that's what it's called. Let's just go to, I don't know, let's just go to twitter.com. Okay, and I'm going to just copy over the URL. I'm lazy and I just don't want to type it. So if I go to Facebook and I paste Twitter's URL, which is like this, it brings up the OG image, which it doesn't do right now. So let's just use GrooveFunnels.com. Okay, there we go. So this is the OG image. Over here, you can see the OG URL, like what is the URL you want to show, and here the OG title. Okay, so this is the image. You can select and decide what to show when somebody shares your URL, and so on. So this is the OG URL, the open graph, or as they call it also, social share URL. And this is the social share title. This is the social share image. There's another thing that we have in GrooveBlog, which is not very common, but it's good to have, and that's why we added it. And this is the OG type. So let me just go back into, or not go back, go into GrooveBlog, and let's just go into the product or the post settings. And here in the side, you can go and edit open graph. Here, as you can see, open graph, at this moment we have categories, but if we remove it, there is enter OG type. OG type is something where you can decide what are you kind of publishing. So normally in a blog, it would be article. Okay? Article would be the OG type. This is used by search engines and social media to understand what kind of content you're sharing. There is also audio, the video OG types. There is also like different versions of the content, and you're basically giving the social media platforms an ability to understand what kind of content you're sharing. So if we go to open graph type list, you can see a list of all these, like it could be books, it could be let's see, there is a list: books, author, fitness, games, music, news, restaurant menu and things like that. It's like kind of complex. You need article. That's basically what you will probably want to use. There you go. If you just type in article, okay, article, this object represents an article on website. It is the preferred type for blog posts and news stories. So if you just type in article as the OG type of your blog post, then you got yourself covered in like 80% of the cases. It's not super important, to be honest. Most of the platforms don't even have an option to choose the OG type, but it would be in most cases, in case you're working with a blog, it will be article. Also, there is, in case you are doing a podcast blog, for example, then you may want to use music or audio or something like that. Just look through the options, and then, as I said, it's not super important, but it actually allows the not search engines, but the social media platforms to understand what kind of content you're sharing. It will not make or break your site. So in case you didn't add anything, it doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion. There's a question from Jeff over here, Jeff Dobbs. Is there an estimated maturity date for GroovePages when only small changes will be left? That's hard to say. Like, is there an estimated maturity date for Google? I don't think so. Is there an estimated maturity date for Facebook? Not really. I just heard that Facebook is building out and will schedule to or publish a platform that will compete with Clubhouse. So there's not really an option that, or not really like, I cannot tell you if there is a maturity date for any of our platforms. All of them are in beta right now, and when we say beta, that means that every week we're pushing out a lot of different updates. Every week we're just cranking out different bug fixes and improvements, and it's just like impossible to say when it will be fully mature. We will be leaving the beta version very, very soon. I could say our platform will go to the next phase then, but I would not say mature. I wouldn't even have a platform at this moment that I would call mature enough so that it, like, they did all the work and it doesn't need any changes. Everything that is online, everything that is cloud-based, most probably needs updates regularly, because technology is changing so fast that it just need to keep up with the changes. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go and answer some of your questions, guys, from the live stream. So in case you haven't posted your questions yet, feel free to do so. Just head over to the live stream wherever you're watching, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and put in your comments in the comment section. The first question I can see is from Marnine. Hello, David. Hope you're well. Is there a setting that allows me to use different email address when a sale is made, meaning the notification email that I would get at every sale? At this moment, the account email is getting the sale notification. There is a plan to create a notification preferences, like a dashboard where you can turn on and pick and choose what kind of information to be receiving to the email. I don't really know if this would be tied to more email addresses at the same time or only the account holder email address. But we want to satisfy our customers. I'm pretty confident it will have something like in GrooveKart, where there will be a field and you type in all the email addresses where you would like to receive the notifications for. I don't have a workaround at this moment to give you to use so that you receive notifications to different emails, other than changing the account email, which I don't really think that's what you're looking for. So for now, you can just set up some forwarders or something like that could assist you in managing and handling the emails in case you're doing work for your clients or something like that. Next question is from Arv. In GrooveKart print on demand, specifically Slingly, I have already completed and trying to test the purchase. Do I need to update anything once a customer purchases? for it to be fulfilled by Slingly. Where do I see order status from Slingly side? So you basically receive an order from Slingly and you need to manage the orders in the Slingly app. I don't have Slingly connected right now, so I wouldn't be able to show you. I'm going to see if I can do something here. So if you go and print on demand and drop shipping, so basically where your Slingly platform is over here, you can click the learn more. When you turn it on, you will see here more options once you connected your Slingly account. At this moment, as I said, I don't have it connected, but this is a place where you would be able to manage different kind of orders and fulfillment and things like that. If you want, you can have a look at our GrooveKart accelerator on our YouTube channel. We showed the actual order processing in drop shipping in the dropshipping app that we have. So in case you go to the 3-day GrooveKart accelerator playlist, you can have a look in the day number 3. We talked about the actual fulfillment. So let's just see this over here. Okay, or maybe it was a day 2. Let me just 1 second. Day 2 designing the pages. Let's have a look quickly. I'm pretty confident it was the day 3, but importing product layout, what actual no, it was in the day 3. Maybe we just don't have a proper timestamp for it, but it is going to be somewhere in the day 3 where we talk about the fulfillment. So have a look on here. We pointed out like how to do proper fulfillment for when somebody orders. We explained where you need to go, what you need to do. It is basically, if you have an app connected like AliConnect or Tscape or Slingly or Dropify or any other, you will have a dashboard where you manage the orders specifically for this app. So that's where you would need to go. Okie dokie, let's just go and have a look at the other questions on here. There's a question from Alexis. I own a club. I don't want my subscriber to receive their credentials and welcome email from GrooveMember, but from my own brand. Same thing when they will log into the members area. When will this be fixed for our own brands? The next thing that we are working on for GrooveMember is handling your own welcome emails, and this is going to allow you to actually set up what goes into the welcome email. And would you like also the welcome email to send out the link for a login page or for a portal page? So it's going to allow you to modify it custom, where you go into GrooveMember. Let's just open up GrooveMember and you go into editing your membership here. There is number 6. The step number 6 is the welcome. This is where at this moment you have don't send welcome emails, and you can also have the send automated, or like let us send your emails, something like that. But the custom emails are grayed out. So this is where the step number 6, you'll be able to set up your custom emails for handling the messages about what you want your customers to receive once they sign up. For some reason, it is not letting me go to the welcome step. Okay, here we go. So send default welcome email. That's just a normal one that is turned on by automatically whenever you create a membership. And then we'll also have send custom welcome emails. And this is going to allow you to modify that, what you're trying to do. Is there a way to set up where a customer can self-cancel as well as change credit cards on the purchase of my products? Where do I find that and how do I set it up? Rob, yes, that was explained in the past two Q&As, but let me just show you as well here. So whenever you're setting up your products in GrooveSell, there are settings that you can go to here at the bottom of the screen in the sidebar. You click settings, and here you have the settings for self-billing. In the self-billing options, you turn on if you want to allow your customers to download the invoice, if you allow them to update their credit card, if you allow them to refund their transactions, if you allow them to cancel the subscriptions and things like that. You can turn this all off, or you can turn this all on, or just specific ones, so you can manage what you actually want your customers to do and what not to do. At this moment, as you can see, there is a billing.groovesell.com is the URL, and it looks like this when you go onto it. It is looking like this. So your customers just need to pop in their email, and then they will receive their login information. Basically, they will receive a link. Once they click on the link, they'll be able to manage all the information that you set up. So manage the invoice downloads, credit card updating, refunds, cancel subscriptions, and things like that. So at the later point, we'll have options to create your own custom domain or custom link for this one over here. So it's not going to be billing.groovesell.com, but you will be able to set up billing.robherget.com or something like that. Like basically it's going to allow you to customize it a bit more. Also, we'll try and add on a little bit of options like add your own logo, change the colors maybe on here, but it's going to be working the same way as it is right now. The users will put in the email that they used for the purchase of your products, and then they will receive an automatic notification where the link will be in there, so that once they click on it, they can access their billing options, or basically this one that you set up. Will Groove offer integrations for e-commerce, specifically private label goods not involved with AliExpress? Private label is something that can be done in multiple different ways. We already have some options, like for example, Dropified. We integrate with Dropified, where you can have Dropified has one of the plans they offer to have a private label and create your own products, and they will do the shipping and handling and the things like that. So you can already do that. I know about Dropified. I don't know about the others, but yes, if you have a specific option that you want us to integrate with, head over to the feedback portal. If you go to the GrooveKart feature request. So basically you go to feedback.groovefunnels.com. This is going to be the place where you land, and just go into the GrooveKart feature requests and just request the integration that you want. Okay, that's going to be the best way to put it in front of the company, in front of us, so that we can know what the customers want. We work with kind of a upvoting platform, so that we try and do the top requests. Like for example, the affiliate system is being worked on. GrooveMail and GrooveKart is getting an integration, so GrooveKart product import is being worked on right now. Cash and delivery was done. I'll need to get rid of this one, and things like that. So we are working from the top and the most upvoted ones to the least upvoted ones. So the sooner you put it in the feedback portal, the faster it can get upvoted. So request it in there, and then we'll get we'll have a look at it. How to get alt attributes, images, and description in GroovePages. So it's not that complicated. So here we are in GroovePages. If you click on an image and on this pencil icon, you click on the configure option, and here you have the image alt attributes value. This is happening, and this is showing up on each and every image that we have that basically you upload in GroovePages. So you click on it, you go to configure over here, and here you have the image alt attributes value. We don't have an alt description. just an attribute, the small field for an attribute. Okay. In membership, what's the difference between portal and membership? Just starting to set up my membership site and I want to make the best use of it. I will show it to you. This is what I'm going to show you is not from Groove, but I've seen it, and this is the only one I know by heart. This is the only portal that I can show you by heart, so that's why I'm going to go to it. So this is on a platform called Teachable. We do the same things in Groove. I just don't have a portal that I would be able to show you. So what you're seeing right here is a portal that consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 courses, okay, that I personally own. If I want to click on all courses, I'm able to see all the courses that this content creator has. So this is the portal that shows you all of the, and there we go. So this one also has a little box. There we go. So the portal allows you to see all of the offerings from one particular content provider or seller. So at this moment, I have access to just a couple, but if I would want, I would also be able to get the others. So for example, if you have 5 courses, you have the option to give them a login only for that course, that membership. But why not show them all of your courses that you have, so that if they purchase one, they like it, they may also want to purchase the other one directly from where they are learning or where they're accessing. So you can do you can send out logins, or you will be able to send out logins to the portals, and you can now already send out logins to the directly to the membership. Using a portal login is always better because it makes simple for the end user to access the membership, and also if they purchase your other courses or other memberships, they'll be able to access that using the same information like email and password as the previous one. So it just makes it simpler for your customers to access to the places, to the options, the products that they purchased from you. So that's the difference. Portals show up different. Membership is just one where basically the person logs in, sees only one course. That's kind of the explanation. What would be the best OG type to write in the blog if you have a short blog post with an embedded YouTube video in it, for example? Just article. Do we have to use integration for a simple contact form, or is there a built-in system local client side? Contact forms, at this moment, you need to use an integration, unfortunately. We are working on automations, and we'll have an automation where you say, okay, if somebody fills out this form, send the information from the form to this email, and then you're going to you're going to type in the email address, and then it's going to be an automation that sends out the filled out information from a contact form to wherever you set it up to be. At this moment, you still need SendGrid and or Zapier, or Zapier as they call it. If you created a form in GroovePages and you would like to connect it with, if you created a contact form in GroovePages and you want to send out that information to somewhere else, to somebody's email, at this moment you need to use Zapier, and that's my preferred way to do it, because using Zapier you can also do like multi-step automations, like you send out an email to the customer, but you also send yourself an email like, okay, this customer filled out the form with like this information and this date and this whatever. So it allows you to create more multi-step automation, so that you can have the information. The customer can have an email where it says that they filled out the form and the form was successfully accepted and things like that. So Zapier is the way I would suggest you to do right now. There is also an option to use SendGrid. SendGrid is a bit more complex platform, which is kind of an SMTP, or it is a platform which is handling emails, sending and receiving emails, but it is super advanced and it has a lot of different features, and users get just bogged down by it. All of the both versions that I mentioned, like SendGrid and Zapier, offer you free options to use until GrooveMail has this automation set up. But at this moment, there is no workarounds. There is no inbuilt functionality that you would be able to use at this point in time, which is 20th of April. So for now, just I suggest Zapier. That's the best way to do contact forms right now. Hi, David. Just wanted to say congratulations on the promotion and the bun in the oven. Thank you very much, Freddie. I think, like, I appreciate all of your wishes for the congratulations for both things. I got promoted, and that's I love it. The new position where I am in allows me to have a deeper view in the company and the future and how it's going to grow. At this moment, I can tell you that it's just going wonderfully. I also got more involved with working with the developers in GroovePages. We are going to be doing more changes more frequently. At this moment, the developers that we have were deciding on to do slower developments, but I believe with multiple ones, like what we're doing for GrooveSell and GrooveMember and every other platform, more frequent deployments are much easier to handle and much easier to like get used to it. If we do a huge deployment with 20, 30 something tasks that were completed, it's just very hard to keep track of it. So we decided that we are going to go slowly and do a deployment after deployment, and multiple ones even in the sprint period, which is 2 weeks. So that's going to be coming. These are some of the changes I suggested, and I believe they will make things a bit easier for everybody. Also, we started work on user roles and permissions, and we are really cranking down on handling the GDPR stuff. We at this moment we are in the UI design phase on how to actually present it for ourselves when we are collecting the information from users. Like, you are the users, we are the controller of the information. Like, how to fix that or how to solve that user interface and user experience, how to also solve the issues where you are the controller and you create the website and you are selling the products and you are collecting your customers' information, how to solve that and how to present it, how to manage it, where to click, and how to do different things. And also the third version is how to manage the user experience and the user interface when your customers purchase from you, like where they will be able to go and modify their privacy, or as they call it, privacy preferences, and things like that. So we're really cranking down. We're working hard on all of these tasks. So it's just super interesting, and I can get more involved, and I can tell you guys about it, and I can just like close down the feedback requests and the bugs that were reported, because now I know more about it. So it's kind of interesting. In GroovePages, when would you use a subdomain? Congrats on awesome news. Thank you very much. So a subdomain is used, for example, if you have multiple different offerings. For example, you have your main website, which would be amanda.com, for example. Let's keep it simple. Amanda.com is the brand website which talks about everything that you do, the different like maybe charities that you're part of, or different offerings that you have, and the contact us, about us pages and things like that. Let's just say that this is amanda.com. But you now want to create a funnel where you want to sell something. So that would be something.amanda.com. You can also position it this way. Or if you want, you can create a subfolder, which would be amanda.com / the funnel name. For example, like medical herbs, for example. And you can use subdomains separately, or you can use also the folder structure for your funnels. Subdomains in GroovePages are most of most often used where the website or the actual root domain is connected to somewhere else. Let's just say you came over from WordPress and your blog or your website is still on WordPress, but you would like to use GrooveFunnels and use the funnel features that GrooveFunnels provides, and connect it together with the WordPress side of things. So in this case, you have your blog or your website on your root domain, which is amanda.com, but you can create a subdomain, and it would be funnel.amanda.com, where you actually host your funnel that would be still pointed and together with your current domain. So that's another scenario. There's a lot more, but these are like the major ones that I can just think of right now. Is there an augmented reality app? Probably, but not from Groove. Groove is not going into that direction. We want to provide the world the best possible way to sell and start selling online. Augmented reality can be good, but that's not something that is necessary for starting in sales online. So there are augmented reality apps that you can use, but at this moment, Groove doesn't provide one. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see any other questions, so feel free to ask me more questions, because at this moment we are not even on our 1 hour mark and I don't have anything to answer. Yeah, so just to mention some of the other things that we are working on in the meantime. Okay, there's a question. There we go. David, I see you are using StreamYard. How are you able to add a video overlay while sharing your screen? I tried to do that, but didn't find the option to overlay video while sharing the screen. This is in connection with OBS. So I use OBS and I use virtual camera, where I'll try to do that. Actually, not sure if it will work, but I will disable my virtual camera right now. And this is how you can see me. So this is the OBS. If I enable my virtual camera, you can see me. If I disable my virtual camera, you cannot see me. That's something that OBS provides you and makes it easy, so that you can do all sorts of stuff. You can do like these types of layouts and this types of layouts, and you create different scenes, and you can do, I don't know, other stuff, like, for example, if I want to show a logo, like I can show a logo. I can show also pictures and all sorts of different stuff here. I can also move myself around and position it where I actually want to be on the canvas. So it's kind of cool that you can do these types of things. And then you position your scenes how you want it, and you just use StreamYard as normal. You don't record anything on OBS. You don't press play. You don't do much. You just turn it on and just say, okay, start a virtual camera, and basically it's just an open app which provides you visual feedback. If you would like to learn how to do this, I can point you in the direction of where I learned it myself. If you head over to YouTube and you type in OBS green screen tutorial, there is OBS green screen tutorial 2020 from Team Verdau. This is the person I learned from. He is also a Groovester. He is basically using Groove in his business, and he's one of the great affiliates that we have in a company. And he created a video on it, and then basically I went step by step. I learned from whatever he did. I set up my scenes very similar. He has a kind of a dark background. I found an image with a dark background. I just typed in dark gradient background, and I just downloaded, I believe, this one here and then this is my background right now. So yeah, you can do all sorts of interesting stuff with OBS. If you need a tutorial, I would suggest Team Verdau. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I learned basically what you see. I learned from him. There we go. kindly include Instamojo as payment gateway. Duke, feel free to go and request that in the payment integrations feedback in the feedback portal. Let me just show you. If you go to feedback.groovefunnels.com, we have an option payment integration request. Go here and request it. At this moment, I cannot see it, so you may want to make sure that it is here. So just type in Instamojo integration and then let others vote it up. Is it possible to change the favicon on GroovePages? Absolutely. If you go to GroovePages, which is over here, it's pretty simple to do. So this is your website. This is your site where you are starting to edit the pages and things like that. If you head over to the upper right-hand side corner, this is the hamburger menu. You click Site Settings, and here you can see a favicon. I have a little GIF because I was testing it out if it will actually play, but it doesn't. So if you go to choose an image, you can choose your image. Let's just choose, I don't know, let's just choose this red X. Okay, this is now my favicon, as you can see here. If I click this purple icon or pink icon and we publish, it should show up after some time. So we may need to clear the cache, but we'll just test it out if it actually shows up immediately. So let's just see together. Okay, we're waiting for a little pop-up, a green pop-up, which will say your page is published. I have now changed it. Okay, awesome. I'm actually interested in this myself, if it actually goes immediately after the publishing or we need to wait a bit. I have quite a large page over here, so it takes a little bit longer to publish. But as I said earlier in this video, we are going to add on another option, which will say publish just this page, and it will make it much faster to publish pages where you did the change. Here we go. As you can see, let me just zoom in a bit. You can see that it says, or it shows the actual favicon that we selected. It was previously the little earth walking the dog thing, but now it's the actual X mark that we selected. Okie dokie. Let's just go on to the next question. Question: can add a few more people into the session? Yes, if I would sell, I would choose to. I could add more people in the session. I believe we can add on up to 10 people or so into one session, and that's something that is the limit of StreamYard. So yes. When will you review sites again, and what are you using Groove for? At this moment, I don't have plans to review sites anymore. As I received this this promotion, I'm more involved in the development type of things, and I don't really do a lot of screen time anymore. I want to be there and in deciding what features to do, how it needs to be looking like. Like, I'm very involved in the user interface and the user experience design as well. In the future, products planning and the bug fixes and things like that. So a lot of planning and a lot of discussions and meetings. So a lot of time is spent on that. So it doesn't allow me to also focus on reviewing sites at this moment. What I could do is talk with Chelsea, who's the new community manager, to schedule out times for the GroovePages and GrooveKart and even GrooveBlog show and tell right now, where people share their own sites and just allow them to be in the community so that others can comment on it. But I don't really plan to do any more reviews anymore, because it's just like my time doesn't allow it. In India, people don't use PayPal or credit cards as such. Instamojo and RezoPay are leading payment gateways. Feel free to upvote those in case you would like to see them in the future. Also, you can use GroovePay. GroovePay is covering India, and you can already use it as a payment gateway. So you may want to look into that one. It's going to allow you like the best options that you have in case you're working with Groove. There's no payment gateway that will come close as an integration to what we will have and what we have in GroovePay. GroovePay will have like top tier level service in case you are using it in tandem with in connection with Groove itself, like the Groove platforms. Okay. Hi, David. Thank you for answering this question. I will try out OBS. Awesome. Is there a way to trigger email from GrooveVideo after watching it for a specific time? That is coming very soon. It's going to be an automation. We are adding on more triggers and more automations in the next couple of weeks, and that this is going to be one of these changes. David, I'm having trouble with my GrooveKart. I had it since 2018. It's been disconnected and not live anymore. I've sent a few emails to support, no luck yet. Please help. I'm happy to give you my logins. It needs to be checked by the support. I really don't have much to do with your logins. I wouldn't know what to look into. So feel free to reach out with a new ticket to our support team. If I'm confident that they are already looking into your stuff, I just don't know any process of it. Whatever you're reaching out to support, please try to give them as much information as you can. Give them even the information they don't need. Like what I would do, and this is what I do with platforms that I purchase and I use. If there is a question, I always record my screen and always come with a question of a recording where my full screen is recorded, because I don't know what kind of information they need. I go and explain my issue, like, okay, when I click this, then this happens, and then this is the error, and this is what I would like to get fixed. Because if I go step by step and show them what actually happened, then they would be able to recreate it, and they will know how to recreate it and understand the issue better. So first, I don't really know your name, and I don't know what the case may be with your store. But since 2018 we did a lot of updates, and you wouldn't believe the list if I would show you the list of changes that came in from 2018. At this moment, I even think that it's good that your store may have been disconnected, because it just wouldn't work with the newest updates that we had. If you didn't modify your store from 2018, it may be broken if you just start clicking on things, because it just doesn't work with that version of the code anymore. So start with a new offering, with a new platform that GrooveKart provides you. You can have as many stores as you like. If you are on a platinum version, you can create a store every 7 days. You can also have as many stores as you want on a free version, just creating a store every 30 days, which even, I need to say, if you create more than 5 stores, that's just probably something that you're doing either for clients, or you're losing too much focus, because managing sales and things like that, and orders and fulfillment and support, the more stores you have is just getting lower quality support for customers, lower quality, and less time worked on one particular store. Yes, I think the changes affected it, hence it just came offline. Don't worry about it. That's most probably a good thing, because you would have lost a lot of patience, and you would have got frustrated in case you were trying to work today with a code that is from 2018. It just doesn't work. Like, for example, if you changed your phones, you probably know when you are using now your phone, everything is working. But if you actually turn on your old phone that you were using 2 years before, everything starts to show up like, this needs to update, this doesn't work, that is not supported anymore. It's the same thing with Groove. Since 2018 we did a couple of loads of updates, and it would just not work with your current store. So it's probably a good thing. My GrooveKart store is integrated with Slingly too. That's great. The integration was also updated to provide you more options right now. Also, Slingly changed a lot since 2018, so you can also use Slingly, the updated version. The integration is updated. The GrooveKart management of the products is updated, and it's just a much more fluent and easier way to manage things in GrooveKart right now. So don't be sad. You already know the the way on how GrooveKart works, it's going to be easy for you to start with a new store. Will there ever be a customer portal like CRM where a client can see certain tasks on a project they are working on with you, or should we keep that separate through another vendor? We will have GroovePipe. GroovePipe is going to be the CRM, is going to be like Pipedrive. So you're going to have like different rows where you can bring your customers through a sales process or something like that. So you see exactly what customer is in what state. Did they purchase? Did they are you still like communicating with them and things like that? So this is kind of a pipeline platform that is going to be a version of what Pipedrive is right now. Is just going to allow you to know more about your clients, know exactly where they are. If they sent you an email, you will also see that in there as well. So it's just like it's going to make it easy for you to handle sales in the future. As I said earlier, we as Groove, we plan to create the world's best software for selling online. That means having a great CRM is a part of that process. So we want to be top, and we need to have these types of software, and so that is going to be a part of it. Okay, I will check the infographic for the date. At this moment, we don't have a date for the GroovePipe CRM right now, as I need this now. And if I can wait, thanks. You will probably need to wait because that's still in the future, probably towards the end of this year. This was not the plan from the beginning, so we didn't plan to have a CRM like a Pipedrive type of thing, but we added it on like a couple of months ago because it was frequently requested, and we also want to have something like that for ourselves. So we decided to add it on, but it's just not being worked on as heavily right now as what the other platforms are being worked on. Brilliant. Thanks for the info. I'll contact support again for help with my GrooveKart store. Awesome. I don't know your name. I would love to know your name. But if you are not familiar with how GrooveKart is working right now, I could maybe point you in the direction of watching a tutorial, which I did with the support manager, John Garcia. And if you follow the 3-day GrooveKart accelerator, you'll be able to set up your store pretty fast. It's not a very complex thing to set up a GrooveKart store, and we are making it always easier and easier. So if you go to the 3-day GrooveKart accelerator, which you just type in 3-day GrooveKart in the YouTube search, you'll find it. It's available for everybody. It's basically a course to guide you through. My name is Tash. Okay, awesome, perfect. It's good to talk to you or chat with you, Tash. Basically, if you go to the 3-day GrooveKart accelerator, it's going to show you step by step what you need to do, why to do it, how to do it, and like we're going to go through connecting a domain to a store, work on logos, look and feel of the templates, and all sorts of different things. So it's all time stamped, it's all nicely organized for you to follow, and it's just 3 different videos that you can go through, and it's going to allow you to understand how to create a store, how to put in products, how to also start promoting it, and what's the best way I suggest to promote it. And also giving away bonuses is a great thing, so I also show that one as well. There we go. Let's just see. Okay, I think I will go with Sutash and transition later on, but we'll check out Pipedrive as an example of what's coming. Definitely, yeah. Pipedrive is a big company. It's a well-known company in the CRM world. It's not something that everybody needs. Like in case you're selling courses and things like that, you don't need a sales pipeline platform. But if you're working with clients, if you're working with like coaching, consulting, basically any kind of agency type of work, you will need a way to handle your customers and understand where they are in your like in your sales process, your support process, even your content usage process even. So it's kind of a great thing to have. Awesome. I believe I answered most of the questions that are coming in. So I can see that there is only YouTube people watching me right now. If you are here and you're watching from Facebook, could you please just type in a comment so that I see that it is working nicely on Facebook as well? Because at this moment, the last 20, 30, 50 comments were only from YouTube. Um, I'll also check myself because this is strange that I don't receive any comments from Facebook for such a long time. Yeah, I don't see my live stream on Facebook. Oh, it's here. Okay. That's strange. I can see over here. I can see the comments, but I don't really see them on my platform. A lot of questions here on Facebook. Okay, I will need to probably then just go through it like this. We are watching on Facebook, but you don't seem to be seeing our questions, most probably. So sorry about that. It's just not showing up for me. I can show you how I see things. It will get crazy for a moment. I just want to show you what I'm seeing. So over here, if I scroll up, you can see only YouTube questions on here, and somewhere around here are 6:10 p.m. in my time was the last one that asked the Facebook questions. Not sure what caused the Facebook comments to stop coming in, but I will just like watch, like go through them myself here. So sorry about that, guys. Let's see. I cannot see a lot of questions, and that's the other thing that I hate about Facebook. I cannot wait for Groove stream. Mia Penelope is asking 120 extra booked appointments in your calendar. Okay, probably this is just some promo, which I don't suggest you to do. Mia, in case this is you over here and you are promoting, stop, because there are certain rules in our community. There is no it is not allowed to self-promote or spam in the group, and this could get you removed very easily. I will just remove your comment for now, okay? But the next time I see some kind of promotions, it's just not something I would want in a group. So please don't do it. And also, if you guys, if it's not Mia but somebody else planned to do some kind of promotions, like don't like, it's not recommended. It goes against the rules of a community, and it's just not something I would want to see as a customer. I don't want to like see others people's promotions while I'm learning, while I'm trying to figure out how to run my business on Groove. So don't promote. Okay, I will zoom in here a little bit better so maybe you can see it as well. Congrats, David. Congratulations. Could you explain the structure of GroovePages builder? I mean, body, block, container, etc. This is a hierarchy, and there is a video I did about this. If you go onto our YouTube channel, if you type in hierarchy, it was one of the first videos I did. It was last year in May somewhere. Here we go, 19th of May. This was one of the first videos I did. This was actually the video that got me hired. When Mike saw the video of how I understand the hierarchies of the page builder, and even the devs couldn't have explained it as I did, this video got me hired. So basically, I explain the different options. Like, this is a block, this is a container, these are elements, and basically I also had a presentation here where I explain what is a block, what is a container, and the different hierarchies. So in case you're interested about that, this is still applying to the builder. We didn't change anything on here, so you may want to check it out from your side. There we go. That's the actual GroovePages page hierarchy. What are blocks, containers, and elements? You can find it also in the Facebook group, and you can also find it in the YouTube channel over here. Let's just see. Can you remind me how to duplicate the site's layout? Duplicate. I'm confident, Frank, you're talking about GrooveKart, and I believe you already asked me about duplicating a site's layout. No, you asked me about product layouts. So I don't have. Oh, here we go. So in case you have a GrooveKart store, then you basically go and try and see if the pages that you're trying to duplicate have a clone option, which most of them don't, which I requested to add on. So at this moment in GrooveKart, we don't have a clone feature for the pages. I'm pretty confident it was you who asked me about cloning product layouts as well. At this moment, it's not available. I already put in a feature request for the devs, but we're still waiting for that to be worked on in the future. Helen has a question on here. Okay, we need to use Notepad to help with transfer of links to GrooveKart. It is impossible for me to find English to work on the Notepad. Can you help me, please? How do I change the language in Notepad Microsoft 365? That's something that I am doing support on, but Google is your friend. Change language Notepad Microsoft 365. Literally, that's what I would do. How to change display of saved documents in Notepad, blah, blah, blah. Basically, you can go and Google it. That's I like. I don't do Microsoft support, so feel free to reach out to Google, and they will be able to, or basically, Google will be able to point you in the right direction. Can you refresh my memory on how to duplicate a website? So here you're talking about the website, Frank. If you would like to duplicate the website in GroovePages, then you just go into your GroovePages account, and here where you see your sites lined up nicely, you can just click this little 3 dots on the screen. Let me zoom in. You click the 3 dots and you have a clone option. You click the clone, and this will, in a second or 2, 3, 4, 5, however, there will be another site added on here, which will be the clone of this current site. There you go. I didn't touch anything. It just reloads, or it loads in the new clone version, as you can see here. David Lemon's site clone. It created a clone. Now it's putting in all the content from the previous version, and that is how easy it is to just clone a website. So that's it. If you have an embed on your pages and you're switching between or trying to save something, sometimes you get this curly brackets. That's because of the embed on the pages. We are working on this one and fixing it. So if you refresh, reload, the curly bracket should be stopping very soon. There we go. So because we have an embed on all of these pages, this is a bug that we are fixing. So yeah, that's basically how you clone a site. And if you refresh now this view, you'll see the original one and also the clone one here. Cool. Chand, I'm pretty new to design. Looks like I have to change most of the elements in each of the device modes. Are there any latest tutorial how to optimize and reduce effort while designing GroovePages in multiple device modes? At this moment, when you're doing a site from scratch, like literally building it from the empty blocks and pulling in the elements and things like that, that is going to make it a bit more longer process to design sites. We are going to be adding on saving of the elements and other functionality that will be making it much easier and faster for designing the site from scratch. But at this moment, what I would suggest, if you are creating sites from scratch, just to use the designed blocks, because that already has kind of a structure that you probably want to use on your site. You can shift things around, but it already has some styling applied to it, which is already mobile responsive. It is already made so that it looks good on all the mobile screens, or all the smaller screens as well. So that is the question from Chand. building pages or building sites from complete scratch is going to be harder right now with the version of GroovePages that we have right now, but we are going to be adding in functionalities to make this much easier very soon. Davy Denom, is there somewhere I can see example live stores for an idea, as I only use the blog at the moment? Davy, if you are looking for store examples, we do have a post which you can search for. It's where users added on their GrooveKart stores. So just type in GrooveKart stores. Okay, and then let me find it for you. It's this one. Show us your GrooveKart stores. Here we go. This is the image that you can find, and this is a post that was added on March 3, so it's quite relevant still. This year there is 147 comments with people putting in their GrooveKart links so that you can have a look at what they created. There are some that are really nice. For example, this one I really like. It's like a headphone company which is creating a one-page GrooveKart store. It's pretty simple, but it's very like beautiful in my opinion. So yeah, you can have a look at this one. This is the link. Let me just click on here and share it out. Here we go. So partner contracts and GrooveSell, are the process fees charged per person on each contract? Process fees charged. That's not something I would be able to answer right now. I need to double check this one. I don't know if the processing fee is split or if it is only one processing fee. I would need to double check that. I wouldn't be able to answer your question right now. Is anyone else struggling to log into Groove? Cleared my cache and deleted my history. Well, not me. Let me just open an incognito window. AppSumo. As you can see, I'm a frequent visitor or AppSumo. GrooveFunnels.com. Let's just see. I'm just going to use my own account on here. Could be that this is what you're seeing. Let me see if there is some reports of issues in our Skype group. Oh yeah, auth 0 is down. Our team is already checking what's happening. If you were logged in already, then it's not going to be an issue, but in case you log out, then you're going to be seeing this one. Basically the platform that is using the username password connection seems to be down, which is not from us. It's not from our side, but it's auth 0. 0. Anyway, auth 0 is a service provider which allows companies like software companies to provide user logins. It seems to be down at this moment, so our team is already on it. On Facebook, yes, Facebook. Not quite sure what's happening with StreamYard. What is it like being the coolest guy on the internet? I don't know, Randy. You tell me. I don't really know if this is a question for me or not, but if this is a compliment, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't handle compliments very well. Can you refresh my memory on how to duplicate? I believe I answered that one. Hi, David Dobardan. Did you know when would be deployed agency and additional users? Can we share until our login on others' computers with our employees. The user permissions and roles is being worked on. We already started development, and the first version of that will be for our own company, where we can provide different access for our support team members. So when, for example, on our main account, we created a membership for the funnels masterclass, and if somebody had an issue and couldn't access it, we'll give out different support team members access to that, to management of that, so they can add you on there and things like that. This has already started development, and it's just going to be very soon, but at this moment I don't really have an estimate. We need the user permissions and roles in order to develop the Groove Desk platform on how to handle the multiple agents and things like that for your own accounts, and for having your own help desk systems in your account. So that is already under development. A follow-up question: I already saw the accelerator part where you did all the fulfillment in GrooveKart, AliExpress. Will it be the same for Slingly? Yes. Reposting the question: thanks for the support. Is there a way to change the size of countdown timers? I need to make them smaller and I can't work out how to do it. Very good question, Christina. Let me show you a resource where you can go onto. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. If you navigate to our videos in the YouTube channel, you can go and type in countdown. Sorry, not countdown, but coming soon. Coming soon. This was a part of where I was building out coming soon pages. So I was explaining how to work with the different countdown timers that we have. So I built out this version, like this is a version of the actual countdown, like the coming soon page that I built out. I built out also this one. I built out also this one. So as you can see, there are different versions. It's the same element, is the countdown element, but it can be designed differently and styled differently, and it's just it's pretty easy to handle it when you understand how to work with it. So if you want, you can have a look in this video. So how to build out a coming soon page in GroovePages. If you would like me to just point you in the right direction over here. I deleted this page already. Then you can just do the following. I'm just going to go to page 7. There we go. So let's just say that we want to add a countdown timer over here on the top. You click the elements button, you scroll down lower a bit, and you drag in a countdown timer element on the position where you want. The countdown timer is consisting of multiple different elements. So as you can see here, I will disable the banner right now. Once I click on here, there is a countdown timer element. So here at the bottom, I'm showing in this little breadcrumbs menu. There is also, when you click on this one, there is a stylable element, which is a box where you can manage each and every one of these separately. You can also manage the text. You can also manage the actual countdown timer numbers. So each and every one of these can be modified and styled separately. So you want the numbers to be bigger or smaller. You want this actual text to be bigger and smaller. Then you can manage that. Each and every one of these elements can be modified separately. If you want the background, basically this black part where we have now pink color, if you want to manage this one, you can also put in, I don't know, different rounded corners. You can also put in a border on it to have a border or across, and you can also play with the spacing and sizing options. Like for example, on here, you make it round, for example, and things like that. So you manage each and every element inside this countdown timer separately. Also, it's very important that you manage it on each and every device that you have, so that it looks good. Basically, the sizing and spacing, make sure that you use the single screen override, and then you can play with the different text options, for example, on here, and then also the spacing options of this, so that you have nice and rounded and things like that. So basically, you do this for the elements. Once you're done, you have 3 elements. The background, now that is pink and round, you can go and save the style. So if you go into global styles, you can create a new style which will be pink round background. Okay, so now we have the pink round background saved, and now we can come and click on this option, and we can just click global styles, choose the pink round background. You cannot see it from my head, and now this has the same settings applied. So basically, you just designed one of these and you reapply the settings on other devices. There we go. So that's kind of it. So you can also save the styling of this one. So if you want to make it, I don't know, let's make it ugly. Let's make it yellow. And you want to make it this big, and you want to make it a different font, for example. Where are the fonts here? Balsamic, for example. Then you can save this style of this text element of the countdown numbers, and then you save the style and reapply it on each and every one of these, and you basically have a nice countdown timer. But you can learn more about that in the video, how to build out a coming soon page in GroovePages. Okay. Thanks for the support. Is there a way to change the size of countdown timers? Okay, I believe I answered that one. Will we have the ability to copy another funnel layout from anywhere on the web? Is that the pipeline? That's already kind of done, but at this moment it needs more development. There is an import feature that allows you to copy over layout of every other page out there, but it's just not working well yet. We are going to be removing it for now, because we want our builder to be top tier first, and then we can refocus on adding on that import feature. We really focused first and mainly on importing ClickFunnels pages, but ClickFunnels then blocked our importer, and they don't really allow you to bring over your sites to us. So our importer would need to have more development time in order to make it much better. At this moment, our builder is in need of changes, and that's what we're focusing on right now. But yes, it is in pipeline, and we'll be making changes and making the whole importer better. Do you happen to see my 2 questions above? I don't know if I can. That's the highest I can go. I don't really like Facebook. So Paul, in case you could repost your questions, that would be great. Hey David, another amazing Q&A session. Thanks. Is there a password protection option for GroovePages? We don't have that, Andrew. If you prefer to have that in the future, feel free to head over to the feedback portal and request it. I think it could be a great idea, but I just don't really have enough requests so that I can say, hey guys, we really need to do this because users are asking for it. Question: how do I change the logo from an existing to a different one? A logo is just clicking on the image in the right hand sidebar, configure, and basically click on the image, click on this pencil icon. In the upper right hand side corner here, you have the configure option, and you just choose another image. So let's just put in, I'm going to put in that GIF image for my logo because I like it. Yeah, this is also, no, it's working anyway. So here, this GIF image, once you set it up, you need to scroll down to the bottom and click the update over here so that you can see the changes happen live. So now that we added on this image, it is pretty big, so we can go to the sidebar and choose the size option, make it in pixels, and then manage how big we want it to be. There we go. You can also make sure you need to also make sure that the sizing is properly done on each and every device. So go click on the element on each device and make sure that it is sized as you want it to be. Okay, I asked the wrong question. I made duplicating sites outside of GroovePages. I don't know how you duplicate sites outside of GroovePages. I don't know what platform you want to duplicate sites on. If you're talking about like importing sites, like create a duplicate of a different sites into your GroovePages accounts, that's called, like, we use the term import. You can import a site by the functionality that is found when you go to pages. You click on the plus, and then here you have a URL importer. You can put in a URL from a page that is on the internet. You cannot use Groove. For example, let's just type in GrooveFunnels. So https://groovefunnels.com. We have blocked our importer to not be able to import Groove domains. As you can see, this has been made for security reasons so that nobody can go out and copy your pages over. Like, for example, you, Frank Lusk, created a page and somebody just goes out and just steals the page from you. We added on this DDoS protection, so it's not possible to do that. But this is how you do it. Either in pages, you click on the plus and you have the URL importer, or in case you want to create a funnel, you have the same options. You click on the plus. Oh yeah, here we removed the actual importer, but it's still available here in the pages option. So yeah, the funnels, we don't have the URL importer anymore. Okay. I have created a funnel, and each page is part of the main site. Not sure how I use the category funnel versus just creating a page under the home. Is there any good up-to-date training as how you would use the funnel tab under website pages, below pages? So you were trying to just take your pages and bring them to the funnels tab. That's going to be a functionality we will add here. A move to option where users like you can bring their pages to a nicely categorized funnel or a separate folder where you can manage them separately. At this moment, we don't yet have that one. You can save your template. So for example, you go on here, save personal page template. This will save a template of this current page that you're on. It will add it here inside the single inside your templates. So the last one will be the page that saves, and then you can import them over here. So you click on funnels, you go into your funnel, and you go to my templates and import this last page. I've also seen cases where the saving of the templates doesn't work properly every time. That is a bug, and our team is already on that and fixing it. I'm pretty confident they already fixed that as well. We're just waiting for some of the other changes so that this can be deployed. Let me see some of the questions that we have here in the live stream. Okay, AR champion or R champion in my funnel in BFM method, but if my funnel is BFM method, but there is a final product which is from ClickBank, do you think it is wise to include the final ClickBank product to BFM funnel? Nope. What ClickBank does is they have their own pages, they have their own product setup, they have their own product payment process and things like that. So what you would be doing is you bring your customers to your funnel, pay for advertising and all sorts of different stuff, and at the end of your funnel you just say, okay, yeah, now go away to somebody else's funnel. That's not recommended. That's I wouldn't put an affiliate product that is on other on somebody else's funnel. I would never put it into your own funnel where you're selling your own product. You can upsell them later on with sending out an email. Don't put it in the same funnel, because that's just like you bring somebody to your house and then you leave because you have work to do somewhere else, and the people just stay in your house and like fiddle their fingers, and like that's kind of feeling. They are interested in your product, that's why they came over to your funnel, that's why they purchased something from you. And if you just send them away, it's like very, very kind of, I would feel that it's rude, and they weren't expecting that and things like that. So just don't add an affiliate product in your funnel. Hi, David from GroovePages. Do we need a VPS to host our landing pages to have fast loading? You don't need anything. Groove provides that already. You don't need any kind of hosting or anything else. Which of the four places where Groove Info is the best place to get up and running for affiliate, as I have a vendor looking for a demo? Which of the four places where Groove Info is the best place to get up and running for affiliates, as I have a vendor looking for a demo? I don't really know what kind of affiliates you're talking about. Is this affiliate for your own product? Is it for actually promoting Groove? Is it for something else? YouTube is where we keep the trainings on, like a video trainings about all sorts of stuff. So that would be the first place if you're looking for a tutorial. I don't really know what kind of other information or what exactly you are looking for, but if you give me more info, I would be able to assist maybe. It would be a good feature to add a link grab option in the pages menu. Right now we have to go to the editor to get the URL if we forget it. It would be good feature to add a link grab option in the pages menu. You mean here? I'm just trying to understand. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. So in case you go out here, you mean to add an option to like get link or something like that, or maybe even open or visit site or something like that. Yeah, that could be easily done. I would probably just like, I know where I publish my stuff, but I see the point. Again, it will not give you access to all your pages because you probably don't have on all of your sites, you don't have a menu that guides you through all of the pages on your site. But I can still see that it's like a quick shortcut to just preview a page. So yeah, definitely something that could be done. Okay, where have I stopped on here? Javier, hi David, can we use the GrooveKart button in GroovePages in the GrooveKart store if the GrooveKart store is disabled? It's just do not have the GrooveKart template online, not edited. If you disable your store, the checkout pages and everything will be saying that your store is disabled. So you can't really have a store disabled but still use products and sell products through it. It's actually really disabling the whole store, the payment processing and everything. Thanks for the answer. Anyway, just call me Arch. Arch. Okay, that's easy to remember. I can do that. So let's just go back to the Facebook comments on here. I can see 30 new comments. How to import. Okay, so this is something I answered already. Let's just remove this on here. In your masterclass video on butterfly marketing, you set up the commission override on a free product. If I create a custom landing page where they can refer directly to my main product, will it work with just setting up an override on the free product? Override on the free product doesn't really matter. Like, you don't give affiliate commissions on the free product. You don't get any money on the free product, so it doesn't really matter what you do with that. I set it up because I just wanted to point out the functionality. If I would go back and redo it, I would not do any kind of commissions. I would just leave it out and I would do the commission on the second product, which is kind of the upsell in our product funnel setup, but the free product that is the front end product, you don't need any kind of affiliate commissions because you are not paying out anybody for a free product. I'm setting it up where free members get X amount and paid get more like you did. So how do I set up the commission for the custom landing page, which is the main product? As I say, you don't really need any kind of affiliate payments on the free product. I just did it because of the, let me just think about it. Give me just 1 second. If I actually, you may need that. I will need to revisit that because if you bring in somebody on a free version, you can give them affiliate commissions, which you are probably not going to pay because there's nothing to pay. But if they, no, you don't need affiliate commissions on the free product. You can skip that over. You don't need that. So how do I set up the commission for the custom landing page, which is the main product? I showed you last time how to do the custom landing pages. That's the same process you follow. You just take the product landing page, you put it in the first front end products affiliate settings. If I have a menu navigation bar with several options, but all my content is on a single page, how can I configure it so that each option goes to a specific part of my page? All my content is on a single page. How can I configure so that each option goes to a specific part of my page? Oh yeah, that's basically linking to blocks. So what you do is, I have over here, let me just start a new site. Let's see if I have something else. Plumber website. There we go. We'll use this one. We have a website and you want to have all of these to link to somewhere else down on the page. Okay, so for example, you have a navigation menu, you click on this pencil icon and go into configure. You see the different pages that are inside your site, but you will not see that in case you have only one page. So you don't have to do this step in your case. But now I want to exclude everything and I want to add external links. Let's just say 2 external links. On here, one of the links will be called services. We'll link the services button in the navigation to scroll down to this section. Okay, and we'll create another one which will be saying why choose us. Why choose us. Okay. And here, so you have label for link 1, services, label for link 2, why choose us. Now the label for link 1 is services, so now we need to actually see what block this services tab is. When you set up attach link 1 to block, you can immediately choose the number of the block. You can see we have 12 blocks on this page. So this is 1 block, 2nd block, 3rd block. So we need to, I didn't save it. Anyway, so we need to go back to the navigation area and set up so that the block number 1, which we say services, is linked to block, which is the block number 3. Okay, let's click the update button very quickly. Okay, it takes a second for it to refresh, and once it did, then you have here services. Now the services is linked to this block. Now the next block is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the 9th block is the why choose us. You basically count it out. We'll have a system later on where you can name your block, so you don't really need to count, but why choose us. And then over here you just select block, link to the block number 9, and you click the update button. You publish out your page and you test it out. You're basically going to have the links in the navigation menu linking to the different sections of the page just by linking them to the blocks. So that's how you do it. We'll test it out once it's published, so we can have a look. Okay, do you know if GrooveWebinars will still be launched on April 30th as the infographic page in intakes, and there aren't any setbacks at the moment? At this moment, GrooveWebinars is looking good. We are working heavily on development. We will know more on Thursday. We're going to have a kind of a short demo, or like we'll see how the progress of it is going. The last demo that we saw, it was already working nicely. We added on more feedback and we added on a lot more functionalities that Donna and Mike provided, because they built a couple of these webinar platforms in their life before, so they wanted to have some features that no one else has, and you guys will have that. So the automatic webinar platform, or the evergreen webinars platform for Groove, is getting developed first, and in my opinion, it looks good for deployment in this stage, or basically for April 30th. We'll have to have a look at the later point, but in my opinion, it looks good. So just to revisit our page where we linked the blocks, if we click services, as you can see, it loads back the services. Why choose us? It loads the why choose us section. So this is how you can link to different blocks. Okay. Darren Stenvold, when I tried to go to my GrooveKart site at Impedials, I started getting this error yesterday. Link to database, connection refused, cannot access it. Darren, please reach out to support. Give them as much information. Try to give them a Loom video where you actually show them, I click this, I click this, I click this, and then it shows up. The more information you can give, like the URL, basically the URL from your address bar where you're editing your store and things like that, the more information you provide, the easier and faster the support can assist. So please do that one. I don't really know what could be the issue, connection refused, but I'm confident that they will see, once they see it, they will understand it. Difference between pages versus funnels. I thought I can build funnels using pages. You can, is just a categorization option. So you can have as many pages as you want. If you want to categorize them in a nice little folders, then you can create funnels and then just use the funnels section as a folder, or like a different categories. If you have multiple funnels, then you can do multiple these different folders and just like section out some of your pages. I appreciate your info on how to get my pages to a funnel, but I really don't understand how the funnel tab works actually. What training should I look? There is no training on that. It's just a folder. Like, you have pages, if you want to put them all under one, that's what a funnel does. There's no really training. Play with it, you'll understand it very quickly. When you're using GrooveDesk in the future, I don't really want to talk about the future, because there's really not much that I can mention right now about GrooveDesk. If I'm using phone service such as phone, will I need to request integrate? Like, let's just leave this out for now. Let's not think about that far in the future. We will have the base version whenever we publish out a version of our apps, is the base version on top of which we can build. It's just like not here yet, so it doesn't really make sense to talk about that one. Which languages do you speak? At this moment, I speak English. I am living in Croatia. I speak Croatian. I was born in Hungary, so I speak Hungarian. I lived in in Germany for some time, so I understand German. I can also speak it like a broken German, and I understand French and can also communicate with in French, but it's German and French are my lowest. Like, I understand most of the stuff, but I cannot communicate because I didn't use it like very much, so I forget it. But at this moment, Croatian, Hungarian, English, French, and German. So at this moment, I counted as 5, but it's actually 3 because German and French are kind of broken at this moment. Can't log into Groove right now. It shows 2 brackets loading. Yes, I saw that one. It is getting fixed. Have you a link to a video on how to begin a blog on Groove? Yes, if you type in just Groove blog, if in YouTube, anywhere, it doesn't have to be from me. Just type in Groove blog, okay? In YouTube, how to start a blog for free, blogging platform, Groove blog released, how to start a blog, Groove blog custom domains. The one that I did is a bit lower because it was the first one. So let's just find it here. Groove blog. Here we go. Why didn't it show up higher? Groove blog updates. Groove blog. Oh yeah, I didn't do a training on Groove blog. I just did deployments, and when we got I did announcements on the Groove blog, and this was in the Facebook group only. I didn't do a proper training yet on Groove blog. That's going to be probably on Elliot to do a training on it, but it's pretty simple. You can use also some of the trainings of other users, and as you can see, the full trainings that they have how to start a blog for free. The videos don't go past 15 minutes because it's just super easy to understand. So you can just type in Groove blog in YouTube and learn. Like, it's very simple. If you just go into the blogging platform, you'll understand it immediately. There's not a lot that you can break. How do you make a button centered in GrooveMember, since I don't see a layout? At this moment, the layout option is not in there. The GrooveMember is getting a revamp very soon where we will have more options for the builder. At this moment, what I do suggest for everybody that wants to have a button at the center of the page or at the center of the content, to use text like what I have here. So I have added a text element. I positioned it nicely in the center, and I just added background. Okay, so add background, and just that's basically it. Let me show you how I do it. So this is a button. It usually comes up as left aligned. Let me delete this text element, and I'm going to click the add a text element, and if you click on the text, you position it in the middle like this. You can type in click here to upgrade. And then once you did that, you can also make it bigger, make it bolder, and then you decide the background. Let's just put in yellow. Here we go. It looks like a button. You can also put in shadow, which is going to make it look like a button, and then you just hyperlink your text to somewhere. Once you did that, it's going to turn blue. But if you click the underline and one more time this one, and then if you click to have white color text or black or whatever you are trying to put your text into, it's going to make it as nice as this one. So it's going to make a button out of your text element. We are familiar with issues that that the buttons and certain elements that they are giving us headaches, they are getting addressed and they're getting fixed. Darren saying, thanks, David. I cannot get into my account. I understand there is a issue with Auth0. It's going to be, it's going to get fixed. I saw our team is already on it. Let me see if there is any feedback. No, still working on it. Please, David, could you tell me again the first part of the explanation of this? If I have a menu, Eduardo is just linking to blocks. So you select your navigation, click the pencil icon, and then you choose external links, how many links you want, how many buttons you actually want, and then you link them to blocks. You count down the blocks, and then you just select the block number here. You can revisit this this video to rewatch it in order to understand more. Mon ami David, merci beaucoup. Basically, for those that don't understand, Alexis is saying that my videos are great. Thank you very much. Do you know when the big UI changes to GrooveFunnels will attacking place, where everything will be looking a lot better and will be easier to navigate? GrooveFunnels is the funnel mapping that I believe you're talking about, or you may be talking about just like a dashboard. We are going to get a revamp of it. I don't really have now the designs to show you, but it's going to be happening soon. At this moment, our devs are working on making the GroovePages builder and some other aspects of the builders easier to use and just like more fluent. After that, we can focus on other stuff. Yannick, I saw can't log into Groove. This is a problem for everybody. I also tested it out. I didn't skip it. I mentioned it. Just give it some time. Nobody can log in. I am logged in because I didn't log out. But if I go and try to log in from an incognito window, I have the same thing. So our team is already working on it. So don't worry. Just grab a cup of coffee. It's going to take some time. This will be just working at a certain point, but at this moment it's happening for everybody, so it's not only you. I put a YouTube link in GrooveVideo and embed the code in GroovePages, but that video does not show. Can you please show us how to do it? Okay, that's a strange one. I haven't seen that one yet, but let's have a look. So I'm going to put in a code embed element here on the top of the page, and I'm going to go to GrooveVideo. Here we go. I'm going to get, for example, this link, copy. Okay, and in GrooveVideo, I'm going to add on a video from YouTube. Wow, I just struggle with my native English. Yeah, well, it's basically a cultural difference in Europe. It could be that Auth0 is affecting this as well. In Europe, if you go a little bit to the left, then you have a different country. If you go a little bit to the right, you have a different country. If you go a little bit forwards, backwards, anywhere, basically you have different country where most often people speak a different language. So it's just like a place in the world you live. Some people speak more, some people speak less languages because they kind of have to. It's just a difference in like the way of life. Sometimes a lot of people from United States don't really have to speak a lot of like other languages, so that's why they are actually stuck with one. But languages are very, very useful, and the more you speak, the more you can connect with others. Test embed to GroovePages. Okay, let's just click on this and let's get this video, code, copy, and let's bring it in here, paste. Let's have a look. Okay, so it shows up on here. Let's publish this page so we see if it is actually showing up on the front end or not. Okay, while this is happening, I'm just going to see the. Okay, sorry, haven't heard. Thanks, no problem. I believe I've finished all of the questions on here. Yeah. Let's see where we stand with the publishing. And there is a question from Arch. Will naming GroovePages blocks be available? It would be easier. Yes, that's going to happen soon. There we go. So let's see the published version. Let's reload. There should be a video showing up on the top. If it is not, then we may need to look into why this is happening. Let's just do this one more time. Oops. That's what I wanted. Yeah, definitely something funky going on here. Let's just try and embed a different video that I actually uploaded myself to GrooveVideo. So let's just try to add that on instead. Okay, there should be this video I uploaded to Groove myself, and it should be working. So it may be that only the YouTube embeds don't work. Are they actually playing if I click on it?
How to start a blog for free in 2021.
They actually are, so not sure what is the reason behind it. Here we go. Let's see if the actual uploaded video works. Okay, so it seems that none of these work. So it may not even be an issue with just a YouTube thing. I'll need to look into this one a bit more. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. At this moment, I don't know what could be the issue, but we'll definitely have a look on what is happening, because we do have Groove Digital Presents. Normally we have on here some videos, or Groove Replay. Sure if that's the. Yeah, so as you can see here, the video is playing and is embedded, so not sure what the issue is. So we'll need to revisit and we need to do some debugging. Okay, I answered this one. I cannot see any new comments coming in from here. So David, I'm pretty excited for GrooveWebinars. Thank you for the answers. You're always excited as I am. Definitely. Let me just do not able to say my work now, even though I'm logged in. Okay, could be that's the reason why the video is not showing. Not sure what the issue is, but I'm pretty confident that it's related to this auth 0 issue our team is working on right now. Give it a little bit of time, Rob. Revisit it. Could be that this bug that we just saw, like with the videos not actually appearing, is due to the same thing that Rob is mentioning on here, not able to save any work. But let me see if I can find just like a screenshots of GrooveWebinars. Just want to show you how it could look like, or how it will look like. I don't know if there are those, so we'll need to see. But oh yeah, there are. So I will show you what we have so far. There's quite a lot. Okay. So here we go. Let me just zoom in a bit. Just a bit of sneak peek of GrooveWebinar and what's coming. So this is going to be like the dashboard where you are a viewer, or no, this is where you're actually in the back end of your automated webinar. Here you can see the chat, the questions, polls, participants. Here is how the chat looks like. You can do certain things like mute, oops, not this one, but this one, mute and stop camera and invite and record, stop screen, leave, and things like that. This is also going to be the layout we will use for the live webinars, and also very similar it is going to be for the for the streaming part, like Groove Stream. On here, this is the light version of it. We're also going we'll have some sort of options where you can put in offers on the page like this, so that you can sell through the webinar platform. It's much more much better than what we currently use, GoToWebinar. So this is one of the steps in the webinar setup process. Notifications, you can have email notifications with different sender identities from GrooveMail. You can also have notification alerts enabled. You can, here, this is how it looks when you launch your webinar. You can have a link to registration page, embed it on your website, or you can also get the logins for presenters. Okay, this is how it looks like when you're taking the embed code. What is this? Okay, so here, this is the notification alerts. These screenshots, these mock-ups are not going in any kind of order, so we're just jumping from section to section, but I just wanted to show you how it will look like. So you're going to get notifications where you can set up different emails for your pre-webinar reminders, last minute reminders, for live webinar reminders, replay reminders, and things like that. This is when you launch this is on the launch webinar, and you can get the presenter logins. This is how it looks like. This is a registration landing page example. Another one. This is the actual confirmation of the registration. This is the event landing page, starting soon. As you can see, this is counting down. And this is the actual live webinar. This is the chat screen over here. These are the webinar polls, so you can create different polls that you can share on the screen. Okay, these are the poll results. This is how it's going to be showing in here. What is this for? Oh, this is how it's going to be for attendee view. So the attendees of your webinars, they will see the chat, questions, polls, participants. In certain cases, you'll be able to enable or disable some of these features, but this is what they can see. It's pretty clean. You can also do dark mode, light mode. Questions, record, answer live. Oh yeah, we'll have like a hybrid option where you have an automated webinar, but you can also jump in and like stop the recording and answer questions live as well. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if this will come out immediately when the platform is out, but it's going to be pretty cool. Questions are going to be handled much differently than the chat. Chat is going to be like, press 1 if you do this, press 2 if you do this, but questions are going to be more of like a support queries that will need to be handled by moderators of the webinar and things like that. If you do automated webinars, questions are going to be most probably directed to the help desk, or will be collected on the help desk, things like that. Chat is going to be much more relaxed type of communication between the presenter or the actual webinar per person offering the webinar and the viewer. So here is how you can edit the poll. So here are the participants. Basically, you can see who are the attendees. I'm confident that this is not going to be seen by everybody. It will be probably by you and the moderators on there. What is this? Attendee poll results again. Okay, this is how the questions will look like. So we just need to design all of these things. But yeah, that's kind of it. Let's just see if we can have, oh yeah, we have questions and the chat on here on a presenter view. So you'll be able to have multiple multiple screens on here so that you are staying in the loop with everything. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like how it looks like. It's very clean. Anyway, this is the webinar list. This is how it's going to show when you go and create a new webinar. You're going to go and see basic information like registrants and things like that before you go in and edit it further. And this is the surveys for your webinars. So this is going to be completely different than the Groove survey. It's going to be just for webinars. And polls over here, you'll be able to manage your polls. Analytics for your webinars. These are the analytics, how it's going to show. You're going to get a survey builder. This is something that we're working on for Groove Survey, but this is going to be like a simple version for the Groove webinar surveys and stuff. I think you better pick another color instead of pink. Pink is for ladies. I don't think that is correct. Pink is not for ladies. Why would pink be for ladies? Pink is a very, very, very good color to stand out. And our logo is in pink, and it just works. Everything is kind of matching together, and GrooveZilla is pink as well. So I don't think that we are planning to change the colors, and I don't think it's girly. It's almost red. It's like faded red. So awesome. I really like how it looks like. These analytics look very, very cool. Notifications. I'll look at this one. Registration, welcome email sent immediately. Then you can see the stats of it. You can also refresh. Pretty cool. This is just mock-ups at this moment. Most probably not all of this will be out by the time we have the platform, but it's kind of good that we pre-plan everything so that we can make sure that all of these things that we see here will get added at a certain point. You'll also be able to upload files on here and share them so that in case somebody is offering some downloadable files, then you can have that. Notifications will be set up this way using the GrooveKart, GrooveMail system, and so on. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of these, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see what's coming. Bim. How do I log into the webinar? How do I link the webinar to email system? The webinar is not out yet. So Natalie, your question is not really clean because it is not out yet. We don't have the webinar platform. This is what just is being planned. Does webinar let you stream live on Facebook and LinkedIn? No. Webinars are something that you invite people to. You give them a link and they need to visit that link so that they can go. Groove Stream is going to be for the streaming on these platforms. Yannick, I think the question was lost also. Sorry, any ETA on sales tax? It's been coming soon for over a year now. Can't see anything about it on the infographic either. The sales tax is going to be added after we have the wallet. The wallet system is going to allow us to do more with the sales tax. At this moment, we don't have the wallet. That's going to come within the next month. And after that, we're going to have sales tax for GrooveSell as well. So you cannot do surveys in email. You cannot do surveys in emails right now. Okay, you're the boss. Good luck. Thanks. That's, ladies and gentlemen, basically it. At this moment, we passed the 2-hour mark, and I will be wrapping this up right now. There is a lot more questions that should be or will be coming in if I just continue to do this, but there just needs to be an end to it. We're going to continue doing another Q&A session on Friday. On Friday, this is, I will tell you the date. Friday is the 23rd of April, and on that date we are going to do another Q&A. If you have anything that you would like to ask in the meantime, head over to our support. If the question is related to some tech queries or something is not working, you're getting errors or things like that, or if it is just like a recommendation things type of question, then feel free to head over to our community and ask the questions there. So that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your time. I hope I answered your questions. I know that there is the login is at this moment not working properly, but rest assured, within a couple of minutes, or if it goes a bit over hours, couple of hours, you'll be able to go back in and then have no issues anymore. That's kind of it. Thank you very much for being here. Hope to see you on Friday as well. See you guys. Bye. And broadcast.